Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to do a recap for number 6 Oregon beating number 3 Penn State 30-24 reaction. What a damn ball game we got here tonight. The two primetime games definitely delivered. Alabama and Georgia come down to the final minute, and Oregon Penn State comes down to double overtime, but Oregon was able to get her done. Penn State, big fourth quarter, first three quarters, they look like shit. I'm like, somebody smelled like shit. It's the Penn State offense. But they woke up in that fourth quarter. Scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. They were able to tie this ball game. And we get to overtime. They score first in overtime. Oregon responds. Then in one play in the second overtime, they score. Then they get the interception off Drew Howard to end it. Drew Howard did not have a good night. But Oregon ended up... So Oregon ruins the wideout game for Penn State and takes the W in 2 OTs. And it's Penn State's first wideout loss since 2018. And get Dante Moore, man. What a game from him. 29 of 39. 248 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. A fantastic game from Dante Moore. You know, transferred from UCLA. He's been very, very good for this Oregon team, and that's, I'm not gonna say he's the best quarterback in college football, but I think he's a very good college quarterback. And I think about UCLA having Dante Moore, and honestly, all I can do is laugh. I mean, I feel like they got more talent on Oregon, but still, it's kind of crazy when you look back at it. He looked like shit for UCLA now with Oregon. He looks great. It's just that Dan Lanning offense, man, very good. Like, now Dante Moore, I think, is very legit. Like, I've been very impressed with these quarterbacks. Like, Trinidad Chambliss, Ty Simpson, Dante Moore really impressed me this week. And over the 3 games I recapped, those 3 quarterbacks were very impressive. Because I kind of had questions about them, and they showed out this weekend. And this is a wideout game on the road. In one of the most hostile environments. Because of that Mo Bamba song, I Got Hoes Calling. Or whatever the fuck that song is. And Dante Moore absolutely performed well tonight. Like, through the first 3 quarters, they weren't playing bad. They were just playing mid. They just weren't hitting explosive plays. But they finally got that in the second half. But Dante Moore, dude, that was one of the most clutch OT plays ever. He evades the sack, and he hits Gary Bryant Jr. for the 25-yard touchdown, and huge stock up for Dante Moore with this game. And Happy Valley, well, the Penn State fans were probably not happy tonight. But James Franklin, man, another loss. Another big game. Another loss for James Franklin. Let's update that to 1-15 versus top 5 opponents, 4-21 versus top 10 opponents, 15-30 versus top 25 opponents, and 4-17 versus Michigan and Ohio State, and that is his career at Penn State. It's just they can't get it done, man. They come back just to end it in heartbreak with the interception. He has an $85 million contract and a pitiful record versus top teams. Like, you gotta be able to beat these top teams, man. Like, yeah, you can say, oh yeah, they played hard, they fought back. Well, I don't know if you want to accept moral victories at this point when your coach is getting paid a lot of money. And then Oregon running to taunt the student section, man. College football is so good. Penn State's decision to go Wildcat when going in to score after the offense was humming still makes no sense. Why disrupt a good thing? You were in rhythm, a great flow. Why'd you go in Wildcat? That was stupid, I thought, by the Penn State Nittany lines. But yeah, like I said, phenomenal performance by Dante Moore with 3 total touchdowns, 269 yards, only 10 incompletions on the night against that tough Penn State defense. I thought they ran good with Hill Jr. Davison had a touchdown. They didn't run the ball great, but outside of Hill Jr., I didn't think they ran it that well. But it didn't matter when Dante Moore started to cook in that second half. Dante Moore, I thought he looked pretty good. He impressed me well. Drew Allard, Mr. Drew Allard. You didn't impress me tonight. 14 for 25. 137 yards. 2 touchdowns. 1 interception. And that interception ended the ball game. I never got the hype with Drew Allard. Even last year, he really did impress me. The only things that really impressed me with that Penn State team was their defense and their great running backs with Kaytron Allen and Nick Singleton. And that's really it this year. I like their defense. Even after tonight, I thought they played well for the first about 2.5 quarters. They probably started to get worn down. I won't say I've been so wrong on Drew Allard and James Franklin and Penn State, because I really wasn't high on them heading into this season. Drew Allard even hadn't performed well against lower competition. It's just a bunch of losing. No matter who lose when it matters. And Drew Allard absolutely buzzkilled your Saturday nights. Look, Drew Allard's not an NFL quarterback. If he wants to be serious, he might need to come back another year. And the last play of the interception, I've been watching this over and over. There are 2 defenders right there underneath, and another one coming over the top, closing fast. And Drew Allard stares down the same receiver the whole way. Plus, he underthrows the ball. This is as bad as it gets. He's just not a good quarterback. I wasn't even impressed with him last year. People are like, oh, he could be a first-round quarterback. Where do you see first-round potential in this guy? He made some big moments. We saw in the Notre Dame game. He threw the interception there at the end of the game. Drew Allard is not it. Stop, dude. James Franklin and Drew Allard are never going to win the big game, are they, man? So as I understand it, Drew Allard is a highly touted NFL quarterback prospect because he's 6'5" and he's white. Basically, people think he's Josh Allen. Because Josh Allen's 6'5" and he's white? But the thing is, Drew Allard has constantly sucked in big games, and his coach also picked him over to QB, who's now putting up huge numbers at Mizzou. So yeah, dude, Dante Moore is in a different class of QB than Drew Allard. And he said, and James Franklin's like, oh, I thought he battled. Okay, sure. But he was 14 for 25 with 130 yards. He threw 135 yards and threw an interception. If by battled he means throws inaccurate passes all night, which led to 3rd and longs all night, sure. Shut the hell about up by stats, dude. Come on. And stop counting Villanova and Nevada stats. Only the real games matter. Bottom line, they choked in a big game. Oh, he's been as good as any QB in TD-INT ratio. Okay? Who cares? If you don't win the big games, you're getting paid what? You're getting paid a lot of money. And Drew Allard's supposed to be a top QB prospect. Who cares about TD-INT ratio? He chokes in the big moments. Gosh, man, Drew Allard should be better than what he's showing. But he's just not. And also, Penn State needs to get some goddamn receivers with this team. Let's go over the running back stats. Kaytron Allen, 12 runs, 54 yards. 4.5 of carrying a touchdown. I didn't see much. I wanted to see much more running than they did with Kaytron Allen. Nick Singleton wasn't really having success tonight, so I kind of wanted to see more Kaytron Allen for Penn State tonight. Drew had 9 runs for 42 yards. Pena, whatever the fuck you say his name, 3 runs, 22 3 runs, 22 yards, and Singleton 11 runs, 21 yards. So he wasn't able to really do much tonight versus that Oregon defensive front. For Oregon's rushing game, De'Aaron Hill Jr., 10 runs, 82 yards, 8.2 a carry. He done a very good job running the ball. Whittington, 7 runs, 25 yards, and Davison, 7 runs, 17 yards, and a touchdown. Decorium Moore, 7 catches, 89 yards. Gary Bryant Jr., 6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Caught the game winner. Sadiq, 6 catches, 49 yards. That was Kenyon Sadiq. And the other touchdown went to, there was 2 other touchdowns. One to Hill Jr., 2 runs, 2 catches, 12 yards, and a touchdown. That one touchdown to Johnson, 1 catch, 2 yards, and a touchdown on that shovel pass. They'd end up forcing the second overtime. See, a very, very good game, man, though. As much as I'm trashing Drew a lot for his trash performance, this is a very good game, man. Back and forth there in overtime. Penn State forces the comeback, but they fall short in overtime. That was just a terrible pass by Drew Allard. But anyways, let's go over the receiving stats. Ross, 4 catches, 48 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Singleton, 3 catches, 29 yards. Dinkins, 2 catches, 23 yards. Pena, 2 catches, 16 yards. Allen, 2 catches, 12 yards. And Reynolds, 1 catch, 9 yards. This thing with Penn State, like, they just don't have good receivers. That good of receivers. It was the same. It was kind of an issue. It was really an issue last year. Kind of the same this year too. Their receivers just aren't that good, and Drew Allard isn't that good. I feel like they have to heavily rely on Katron Allen and Nick Singleton, and occasionally a receiver will make a huge play. Oregon's kicker went 1 for 2. Penn State 1 for 1. Let's go over the records here. Oregon improves to 5-0. Penn State drops to 3-1. Oregon had 3 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, 7 in the fourth quarter, 7 in overtime, and 6 in the second overtime, because second overtime you had to go for 2, and they didn't get theirs, but they forced an interception, so they had 30 points. Penn State, 0 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter, 0 in the third quarter. They had 14 in the fourth quarter, 7 in the first overtime, and none in the second overtime, for a total of 24 points. Let's go over these team stats here. Penn State's offense through first 3 quarters sucked. Most of their success was in the fourth quarter and the first overtime. But Oregon, they played pretty good, man. 424 total yards, 248 passing, 176 rushing, 5.4 yards per play. Had 20 first down, 6 for 18 on third down. They 5 for 7 on fourth down. They went for it 7 times on fourth down. 78 total plays, 2 punts, 4 penalties. No fumbles, no interceptions, 33 minutes time of possession. For Penn State, 276 total yards, 137 passing, 139 rushing. I guess a balanced offense there. 4.6 yards per play, 15 first downs. They were 6 for 15 on third down. They were 3 for 3 on fourth down, 60 total plays. They punted 5 times. 2 penalties, no fumbles, 1 interception, 26 minutes of time of possession. There was actually no turnovers until the fourth quarter with that overtime, double overtime with the interception. But yeah, man, Oregon's had a lot of big wins under Dan Lanning, but this was unquestionably the biggest. On the road, 111,000 screaming people. They blow a 14 lead, goes to double overtime, road team wins, man. Huge, 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 huge victory, man. And Dan Lanning has more top 5 wins over Penn State head coach James Franklin than James Franklin has over anybody, which is crazy. But yeah, hell of a game here. 30-24 Oregon wins. That's all I got to say. What a college football weekend, ladies and gentlemen. So, leave a like, subscribe for more. Until I'm out. Peace.